Good evening, good evening, good evening. National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated Hope Health family. Welcome to this evening's webinar. I am so pleased to be your host this evening. My name is Michael Miner, and I am humbled to be the National Director of the Hope Health Initiative. Look, what you do is I'm doing now. I'm checking here so I can share on my social media posts. I've also texted a couple of people and let them know that it is TempleCare Matters webinar time. So do that and share, and we're excited about what we're going to share on this evening. And welcome to this March edition of our NBC USA Hope TempleCare Matters webinar. We greet you in the joy of Jesus, and thank you for joining us for this first Tuesday of March. We give a shout out to our national president, Dr. Boise Kimber, our chieftain, our leader. Together tonight, we gather once again to strengthen our churches, protect our communities, and walk together in faith, health, and service. So what are we going to talk about tonight? Tonight, we'll focus on several key March of health observances. National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, which will be a highlighted observance. National Nutrition Month. NBC USA Taste Test Sunday, which is March 15th. And American Diabetes Association Diabetes Alert Day, March 24th. All right? But look, before we move into our other observances, our health observances, let's pause and look at what's happening right now across the country with COVID-19, flu, RSV, and other respiratory illnesses, and what we can expect going into the next month. Now, winter is still a challenging season for our families, schools, and congregations. And staying informed help us to stay prepared and help us to stay healthy. Over the past month, overall respiratory illnesses in the United States has been moderate, with flu and RSV still active and COVID-19 trending down, but not gone. These patterns affect how we gather, how we care for one another, and how we protect the most vulnerable among us. So let's review the latest trends and then look ahead at what churches should be planning for in March. Key takeaways for our faith communities right now. Of course, the most common sense thing we have is stay home when sick. Encourage members, especially seniors, children, pregnant women, and those with chronic conditions to stay home when they have symptoms. Fever, cough, sore throat, body aches, congestion. Continue to promote vaccination. Continue to promote flu vaccination and updated COVID-19 vaccination. Now, these are key tools to help prevent severe illness and hospitalization, especially for high-risk members. Let's protect our infants and young children. Remind your families with babies and toddlers to be especially cautious about crowded indoor spaces and sick contacts due to ongoing RSV and flu activity. Keep basic prevention in place, right? Hand washing before meals and after coughing or sneezing, masking in crowded indoor settings, especially for high-risk individuals. And of course, if you feel that you're high risk, hey, mask up. Good ventilation. Open doors and windows when possible. Use fans and filters. Those of us maybe in the South, we can do that. Up in the North, y'all still got a lot of winter left. And staying home and testing when symptomatic. Now, what can we expect looking ahead? Let's look down the road a bit. What can we expect for the month of March? COVID-19 is expected to continue declining overall. Though local increases may still occur at the large gatherings or in low vaccination areas. Influenza B is still rising, which may extend flu season to late March or early April, especially among children and teens. RSV could remain elevated into early spring in regions where activity started later, with infants and young children continuing to be the most affected group. All right, now what can we do in our churches in the coming month? Well, let's link health to our ministry calendars. Now, as you plan your March health observances, colorectal cancer awareness, nutrition month, Taste Test Sunday, Diabetes Alert Day. Keep a brief respiratory illness reminder in your announcements, especially about staying home when sick and protecting vulnerable members. Use layered communications. Share short updates on your in your bulletins, your text groups, your social media posts, and pulpit announcements. Flu and RSV are still active. If you're sick, worship us with us online. Check on seniors and families. Families with young children during this season. And then, of course, model care, not fear. Emphasize that precautions are an expression of love, not panic. We protect one another because we believe everybody's a temple of the Holy Spirit and every life is precious. So, family, as we move from February into March, the message is simple. We're in a better place than early in the winter, but we're not done yet. If we stay informed, stay considerate, and stay committed to one another's well being, our churches can continue to be places of safe gathering, strong witness, and shared health. All right? That's our flu RSV COVID update for the month. Now, we're getting ready for our uh, monthly update, monthly highlight. Okay? We're in the month of March. We lift up an issue that touches so many of our congregations. National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Colorectal cancer is one of the most preventable cancers, yet it remains one of the most deadly, especially in our Black communities. Most of the lives lost could have been saved through early detection. This disease often grows quietly, without symptoms, but screening gives us a chance to catch it early, treat it early, and in many cases, prevent it altogether. That's why this conversation that we're about to have this evening matters. Not just for our health ministries, but for our families and our future. As a faith community, this is a stewardship issue. God has entrusted us with these bodies, and honoring that gift means protecting our health. Too many of our loved ones have been diagnosed late because of fear, misinformation, or simply not knowing when to start. Let me say this plainly. Colorectal cancer is also a justice issue. Black Americans are more likely to be diagnosed at later stages and more likely to die, not because our bodies are different, but because our access and awareness have been different. That's where our National Baptist churches come in. When pastors speak, when congregations normalize screening, we help close the gap. So tonight, let's think about our members who are 45 and older. Let's encourage them. Let's educate them. And let's commit to being a source of life-saving support. Now, our guest panelists that we had scheduled was unable to make it this evening. However, we do have a robust Q&A section that should answer most questions that you all have. Duke, if you will assist me with questions, I'll share the answers.
Sure will. Before I begin with the questions, I want to share this disclaimer with everyone. The information shared in this colorectal cancer Q&A is for educational and awareness purposes only. It is not intended to provide medical diagnosis, treatment, or individualized clinical advice. Every person's health situation is unique, and screening decisions should always be made in consultation with a licensed healthcare professional who can evaluate personal risk factors, symptoms, and medical history. The guidance offered reflects general medical knowledge and current national screening recommendations, but it may not apply to every individual or circumstance. Members should members should speak with their primary care provider or a qualified specialist for questions about their own health screening options, or symptoms. The National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated, NBC USA Hope, and our Temple Care Matters webinar team do not assume responsibility or liability for any actions taken based on this discussion. Our overall goal is to equip congregations with trustworthy information that encourages informed conversations, early detection, and proactive stewardship of health. Now, Dr. Mauner, let's begin with the basics. Why is colorectal cancer screening so important, especially in the Black community?
All right, we do. Colorectal cancer almost always starts as small growths called polyps in the colon or the rectum. Screening allows us to find and remove these polyps before they turn to cancer, or to catch cancer in the early stage, highly treatable time. For Black communities, this is especially important because Black adults are more likely to be diagnosed at later stages and to die from colorectal cancer. Screening helps us close the gap by shifting us from late discovery to early prevention.
Great answer. Many people still think screening starts at age 50. What is the current recommended age to begin this screening, and who should start earlier?
All right, good question. For most adults at average risk, the current recommendation is to begin regular colorectal cancer screening at age 45 and continue through at least age 75. Now, people with a high risk, such as those with a strong family history of colorectal cancer or certain genetic conditions, may need to start earlier and be screened more often. Now, these decisions should be made in conversation with your healthcare provider.
Oh, then now this question is a question that I hear about a lot of times just by sitting in doctor's offices. So some of the members are nervous about colonoscopies. What screening options are available and how do they compare?
All right. Well, there are two main categories of screening tests: stool-based tests and visual exams of the colon and the rectum. Stool tests are done at home and look for hidden blood or abnormal DNA in the stool. They must be repeated every 1 to 3 years. Visual exams include colonoscopies every 10 years, CT, colonography every 5 years, or a sigmoidoscopy every 5 years. Colonoscopy is the most comprehensive because it allows the doctor to see the entire colon and remove polyps doing that very same procedure. But the best test is the one a person is willing and able to complete. To translate that, what that means, I know some people have a problem going under the local anesthesia and all this other things they want to talk about. Whatever you can do to ensure that you can prevent this disease, do that.
For those who choose an at-home stool test, how reliable are those tests and how often should they be repeated?
All right, modern stool tests are quite sensitive at detecting blood or abnormal DNA linked to colorectal cancer, especially when they're done regularly. Um, the one of the tests they have are typically done once a year, while multi-target stool DNA tests are usually done every 3 years, as I said before. If any stool test is abnormal, it must be followed up by a colonoscopy to complete the screening process.
So there's a question that just came on social media that I think is very important, especially with our community, our Black community. It asks, what symptoms should adults never ignore, even if they feel otherwise healthy?
Well, I can deal with that because my aunt passed away from colon cancer, and she had a lot of these symptoms, and she did not seek medical help until his late stages. So I'm familiar with this. Warning signs that that you shouldn't ignore: blood in the stool or on the toilet paper. Persistent changes in your bowel habits, diarrhea, constipation, or narrow stools, unexplained weight loss, ongoing abdominal pain or cramping, and a feeling that the bowel just doesn't empty completely. You use the bathroom and still feel like you're full. These symptoms don't always mean cancer, but they deserve something. They deserve a prompt conversation with a healthcare provider at any age. Sadly, for my aunt, she was just hard headed and was concerned about everybody else, had many of these symptoms, and when she finally decided to go to the doctor, do go on to the next question.
So when you talking about your aunt, that leads to another important question that we have. We hear a lot about family history. How does having a parent or a sibling with colorectal cancer change someone's risk?
Yes. Having a first degree relative that's a parent, sibling, or child with colorectal cancer significantly increases a person's risk, especially if that relative was diagnosed before age 50. In those cases, screening often starts earlier than 45 and may be done more frequently. Family history is a key reason to talk with a healthcare professional about a personalized screening plan rather than relying on general guidelines.
Many cancers have lifestyle risk factors, and what everyday habits increase colorectal cancer risk, and what changes can help lower it?
Okay, well, risk increases with diets high in red and processed meats. Uh oh. Low physical activity. Uh oh again. Excess body weight. Uh oh. Smoking and heavy alcohol use. To lower risk, we encourage a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, regular physical activity, maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding tobacco, and limiting alcohol. Now, these changes don't replace screening, but they work together with screening to reduce both the chance of developing cancer and the chance of dying from it.
Well, we know members of the National Baptist don't have any of those problems that you just listed. So maybe they can share with their communities about that because we know National Baptist does not have any of those problems.
Ah, you're funny tonight, dude.
Some people worry about the preparation for a colonoscopy. What should they expect, and how can they make the process easier?
All right, when I was able to have them, I can tell you about it. It says the prep usually involves a clear liquid diet the day before and drinking a prescribed solution to clean out the colon. The goal is to have the colon as clear as possible so the doctor can see and remove any polyps. Many people find the idea of prep worse than the actual experience and the procedure itself. Uh, you know, is typically under sedation. All right. So patients are comfortable and often don't even remember it. Planning ahead, taking the day off, staying near a bathroom, chilling the prep solution, and using flavor options can make the process more manageable.
And I see another question just came on social media, and this is a very, very good, great question. It says access is a real issue in our
Uh-huh.
communities. What resources exist for people who are uninsured or underinsured but need screening?
Okay, all right. That's something I can work with. All right, in many areas, there are programs that offer low cost or free screenings, including the little kits or the colonoscopies through the hospitals, federal qualified community test centers, state programs, or certain cancer coalitions. Some national and regional initiatives specifically target underserved communities to improve colorectal cancer screening rates. Now, a good first step is to contact your local health department, the federally qualified health centers, or a lot of the hospitals. They're going to emergency department. Just go to their outreach program and ask them about what the available screening assistance, what the available screening assistance is for the hospital service area.
So we know that there are many barriers when it comes to getting treatment. There's fear and embarrassment. But what do you say to someone who knows that they need screening but keeps putting it off?
Look, I would look. Besides sharing the story about my aunt, I would say this: your life is worth more than a day of discomfort or embarrassment. Colorectal cancer is preventable and treatable when found early, but it can be deadly when found late. Screening is an act of self care. Look what I said there, Duke. Self care. Take care of yourself. And then that's an act of love for your family. And as a people of faith, it's an act of stewardship over the body that God has blessed us with. So talk honestly with your healthcare professionals about your fears, their options, and you don't have to walk through the process alone. Mm-mm.
I'm glad you said that screening is an act of self care. So maybe people can start incorporating the screenings along with them going to get their hair done, the nails done, going to the barbershop,
Hey,
or and getting massages.
yeah, that's all with it.
Everyone that's on Zoom, put screening is an act of self care.
All right, okay. Act
Screening is an act
of
of
self
self
care.
care.
All right, type that in the chat. Screening is the act of self care. Screening is the act of
We, we want to make sure that that is, if you don't get anything else from tonight, know that screening is an act of self care.
and those watching us on social media do the same thing. Yes. Okay. Worry about the externals. What about the internals on your way to the eternal?
Exactly.
Mhm.
You preaching tonight, Dr. Miner. We might have to take up an offering for you.
Hey, hey, what did I say?
So that brings me to the next question. How can churches, pastors, health ministries, and congregations play a meaningful role in increasing screening rates?
Well, the churches can normalize this conversation. And how they can do this is by including colorectal cancer awareness in their health days. That's why it's one of our days that we keep permanently on our suggested health services. I said something about it in the sermon, in the announcements that are made. People sharing testimonies and the membership of how they've been screened and they caught it early. Um, Hosting educational sessions with healthcare professionals, and just distributing information on when and how to get screened. Churches can also help members navigate logistics, transportation, appointment reminders, and support before and after procedures, especially they come to find out there was some polyps and they're trying to figure out if they're cancerous or not. And when trusted faithfully to say, this matters for your life and your family, this matters for your life and your family, people will listen and act.
This has been a great wealth of information. But as we close and as we observe the National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, what final message would you like to leave with our NBC USA family?
Well, first, I want to thank the healthcare professionals giving me this information to share and school me. And I also, every time I talk about colorectal cancer, I always dedicate it to my aunt, the late Juanita Barnes, something very near to me as a family. But bring us all together. My final message is simple: don't wait. Don't wait. If you're 45 or older or younger with risk factors, talk to your doctor about getting screened. Colorectal cancer is one of the few cancers we can truly prevent or catch early with the tools that we already have. For Black communities, closing the screening gap is a matter of justice, love, and legacy. Taking this step today can mean more years of life, ministry, and family tomorrow.
Perfect. And I'm just reading the messages in the chat, and someone says we did an awareness at my church, and several men went to get tested. 3 men had cancer and caught it early and are doing great after treatment.
Praise the Lord. See, that's what we're talking about. And that's and for being a part of this Hope Health Ministry, those are things that really just make me excited to be a part of this that makes a difference in people's lives. Wonderful. All right. All right, Duke. Well, look, thank you for this, for stepping in. And again, I thank the health professional for providing this information tonight. And I'm an EDD doctor, not an MD doctor, but we do thank you all for, and thanks again, Duke, for being the questioner.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Well, look, as we commit ourselves to early detection and to caring for our bodies as God's temples, we're reminded that wellness is not just about one disease or one moment. It's a lifestyle. It's the daily choices we make at the table, in the grocery store, and in our kitchens that shape our long-term health. And that brings us to another important focus for the month of March. March is National Nutrition Month, a time to focus on how the foods we choose can strengthen our bodies, support our ministries, and honor God. Nutrition is not just about calories, it's about stewardship, it's about culture, it's about community. Healthy eating is especially important in Black communities where diet related conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease remain disproportionately high. But the good news is that small, sustainable changes can make a big difference. So, for our churches, there's four general themes we need to look at. First is balance and variety. Balance and variety. So, you encourage your members to build meals around fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. And not only balance and variety, but cultural relevance. Cultural relevance. Healthy eating does not mean abandoning our traditions. What it means is, you say, what it means to be Black, it means adapting them. Lighter seasoning, more vegetables, bacon instead of fried, and get ready, smaller portions. So balance and variety, cultural relevance, family engagement. Promote cooking together, reading labels, and involving children in meal planning. All right, balance and variety, cultural relevance, family engagement, and finally, faith connection. Scripture reminds us that caring for our body is an act of worship. And so, what we can do to put this in practice, host a healthy plate Sunday demonstration, share weekly nutrition trips in bulletins and group chats, um, invite members to submit healthier versions of family recipes, partner with local dietitians or HBCU nutrition programs. Nutrition is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every healthier choice is a step toward wellness, wholeness, and witness. Now, one of the most joyful March observances is NBCUSA Taste Test Sunday, coming up on March 15th, the third Sunday. This tradition began in 2008 and in North Mississippi, and was the Rising Sun Usher Federation, and was adopted nationally by NBC USA Hope in 2011. Our toolkit that we have online that you can download from our resources page, Test Sunday is a national wellness moment rooted in fellowship, cultural pride, and faith-based health promotion. In 2026, Taste Test Sunday is a signature activation of United for Wellness, our denominational wide initiative to reduce diabetes disparities and make NBCUSA the healthiest major denomination in America. Now, why does Taste Test Sunday matter? Black communities, and we're Black, face disproportionate rates of diabetes, obesity, kidney failure, amputation, and vision loss. Our toolkit, again, that you can download, uh, shares that adults are 25% more likely that black adults are 24% more likely uh, in the U.S. than other adults of other races, other ethnic groups, to have diabetes, and nearly twice as likely as white adults to develop type 2 diabetes. Taste Test Sun is a culturally rooted intervention that honors our food traditions while offering healthier adaptations. It aligns the four pillars of United for Wellness: spiritual discipline, which is caring for the body as a temple; cultural relevance, which is honoring Black food traditions; community impact, using the church as a trusted hub, legacy building, passing healthier habits to future generations. Now, what are you invited to do, NBCUS family, USA family? On March 15th, every NBC USA church is encouraged to sample, all right, healthier desserts after worship. Teach members how to make healthy substitutes. Collect recipes for healthy desserts cookbook, and celebrate wellness as worship and stewardship. Now, in the toolkits, we got some ideas. Make a toolkit. It says healthier dessert tasting stations with scripture cards, a recipe swap wall, a live demonstration like soul food, sacred choices, youth-led TikTok and real challenges using our hashtags TTS NBC 2026, Taste Test Sunday in National Baptist Convention 2026, testimony moments, and a screenings corners for blood pressure, and if you have a health professional available, glucose. All right, healthier dessert ideas. Our toolkit has several culturally rooted options, including pecan pie bites, vegan sweet potato pie, reduced sugar blackberry cobbler, all right, black devil's food cake, air fried caramelized bananas. And of course, we're looking at for some of the recipes you always share that we can put across our social media. So keep using that hashtag. Download the toolkit, you'll have it. Taste Test Sunday is more than a health event. It is a spiritual moment. Our toolkit states, healthy choices are not a punishment. They are a testimony. All right. Okay, next up, American Diabetes Association Diabetes Alert Day. On March 24th, we observe American Diabetes Association Diabetes Alert Day, a national call to action encouraging adults to assess their risk for type 2 diabetes. This day is especially important for Black communities, where diabetes remains a leading cause of kidney failure, blindness, amputations, and early death. Diabetes Alert Day is an opportunity for churches to help members understand their risk factors, take preventive steps, and connect with screening resources. Many people living with prediabetes have no symptoms, but early action can prevent or delay the onset of type 2 diabetes. So, some key messaging. Know your numbers: blood pressure, glucose, BMI. All right, risk increases with age. All right, based your family history, inactivity, and of course, excess weight. Small, not huge, but small lifestyle um, changes. Healthy eating, more movement, better sleep can dramatically reduce risk. Churches can hold screenings, share education materials, and encourage members to take um, the American Dietary Association's online risk test. Know your numbers before it's too late. All right. Now, before we wrap up tonight, I want to spotlight a special opportunity for our certified health ambassadors. This March, we're offering a three-part refresher training series designed to renew your skills, reconnect with fellow leaders, and re-energize ministry impact. Now, we're going to begin on Monday. That's March 9th. Then March 16th, March 23rd. That'll be from 5:30 to 8:30 Central Time via Zoom. Now, who should attend? If you are currently certified health ministry ambassador, or any past participants or Hope Health Ministry training, many grant recipients seeking to continue in some of the work. Okay, you should participate. And what we'll cover, we'll talk about the updated health ministry strategies for 2026. We used to talk so much about health equity, but in today's current environment, we're talking about health access. We got some new graphics, some new campaigns, and observances planning. We want to hear from you all, some things that you're doing, and we want to make sure that what we're doing out in the field is aligned with some of the grant opportunities that are coming our way. Now, whether you trained last last year or 5 years ago, this refreshes your chance to recommit, and recharge your health ministry journey. Let's keep our ministries fresh. Let's keep our leaders equipped, and let's keep walking in wellness and wisdom together. Now, let's keep this momentum going. As we close out tonight's discussion, let's take one more look at our key March of services. Now, these are powerful opportunities for your health ministry to lead with love, learning, and life saving action. National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Screening saves lives. Encourage members 45 and older to get tested and share survival stories to break the silence. National Nutrition Month. Promote healthy eating as an act of stewardship. Share tips, recipes, and host a Healthy Plate Sunday. All right, NBC USA Taste Test Sunday, March 15th. Celebrate healthy desserts that taste good and do good. And use a toolkit found on our Hope webpage resources tab and post your pictures with our hashtags TTSNBC 2026. American Diabetes Association Diabetes Alert Day, March 24th. Share the risk test. Encourage members to know their numbers. Early detection does something. It changes everything. Let's continue to move forward in faith, health, and service, one congregation, one campaign, one conversation at a time. Now, you can download the complete list of our health services from our website at hopenbc.com. Whew, we've covered a lot tonight. Now it's your turn. If you join us on Zoom, please type your questions in the chat or raise your virtual hand. For those tuning in via social media, Dr. Copper is monitoring comments and will take make sure your voice is heard. And let's take now a few moments to hear from you. All right, let's see what we got. All right, Duke, Dr. Copper, y'all are working with us here tonight.
There's a question.
Okay.
Why is National Nutrition Month important for NBC USA churches?
Um, all right, hold on as I'm doing that. Well, nutrition is a stewardship issue. I will keep putting that. Um, and many diet-related conditions, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, they disproportionately affect Black communities. So National Nutrition Month helps us put focus on healthier eating as a spiritual and cultural practice.
We have a hand raised from a Cecilia Golston. I'm gonna unmute her mic and she can ask her question at this time.
Okay.
Okay, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we are.
Okay, this is with the colorectal cancer awareness, and I wrote a poem. If you don't mind hearing it, it's short.
All right. Make
It's
this
it's
short.
relevant.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Okay,
All right.
it's not funny if your poop is green and runny. It's not right if it's pale, clay colored, or white. Don't even think about, hey, my poop is yellow, so I'm cool and everything is mellow. Red, now that's interesting, but not if there's blood in your lower intestine. We have heard and even said black is where it's at, but not if it's from bleeding in your upper intestinal tract. Brown is down, and that's the scoop, but not if it's any other color poop. The end.
All right. Thank you. All right. So everybody knows. So if you got some irregular answers, then get it checked out. Thank you there, Sister Golston. That's all right. All right. We love that. We have to make sure we have the lines up for next year. I guess we probably think about do a toolkit for colorectal cancer for next year. All right. Any other questions? I'm trying to do my best tonight. Try to do my
There's
best.
another question
Okay.
from Zoom. Did we provide info on a new food pyramid?
Uh, that's a work in progress. We're gonna make a note on that. You know, there's some issues with how the USDA and the HHS are dealing with um, all this stuff. Matter of fact, we want you all to know that if you look at our toolkits and things that we post, we no longer post anything from U.S. Department of Human Services, NIH, to CDC. So our expectation is that we're seeing universities, foundations, and others filling in that gap. So we fully expect some new information coming out soon. And as we try to do, I don't know if you noticed from our social media, we try to stay abreast of all the latest things. And as soon as we get it, we post it to our Facebook page. So we hope that that information will come out soon from one of those things, other than the federal government, and get it to you. Okay.
Another question came about the Diabetes Alert Day. Why does it matter?
Okay, good question. And some people ask why you put it on there. Well, the reason we did it because we figured it ties in with Nutrition Month, Taste Test Sunday. So really, what this day does on the 24th, it encourages us to assess our risk for type 2 diabetes. Now, many people have pre-diabetes and they have no symptoms. So early actions, knowing the numbers and making small lifestyle changes can prevent or delay diabetes. So it's just a chance for people just to say an alert, just giving you an alert to get your house in order when it comes to that. Mhm.
I'm checking the chat now, social media. What should health ambassadors expect from the March refresher training?
A good question. So we talked about it in general, but we're going to a brave new world now when it comes to resources and things we have. This administration is different, the foundation is different. So we got some different updated strategies we have. We got some new graphics, some new campaign things we're doing. The United for Health, we're doing some new pilots we have out, some health observers. We got more toolkits we haven't had before. We have more people out in the field that have been out there for a while that are doing some things we want to hear from. We want to make sure that people that are applying for mini grants in their local communities, that they would have some basic tools that can help them better um, put together a better application, get a better chance of receiving funding. And really just a chance to update the skills that you have and reconnect with other health ambassadors. All
And
right.
do see Sister Vines wants the refresher course link.
All right. We'll put that Duke will put that into the chat. We'll also have that on our webpage, and it will be on our social media page tomorrow that you can sign up through Brushfire to have that. So sign up with the Brushfire, uh, so we can be all set for that. And Pastor Montgomery and I will be. Pastor Montgomery is our National Director of Training. We'll be leading that session. We are furiously finishing up our study guide for that so that we can bring you the best information possible. We'll let you all know we will be trying to make this interactive as possible. So if you're looking to just have a PowerPoint presentation and looking at stuff, that's going to be the wrong class. It's going to be interactive. We're also going to be using Microsoft Teams so that we can do some communication in between uh, classes. We've already used it on the folks that are taking the introductory health ambassador training. It's working out great. I saw some answers popping up tonight as I was preparing for this evening's webinar. All right. So far, so good. All right. Anything else from anybody?
One final question that I
All
have.
right. All right.
I guess somebody wants to pick your brain on this one. What is the key message Dr. Miner wants members to carry into March?
But you know what? I kept talking about something over and over again that it just kind of resonates with me. It's about lifestyle and ministry. Now, whether it's the screening, nutrition, diabetes prevention, or community care, every step we take about this lifestyle ministry, it strengthens our churches. And not only does it strengthen our churches, it honors God with our bodies. I think we often forget that God blessed us with them and we don't get a second chance. Let's do the best we can. So, wellness is a lifestyle and ministry. Thank you there, Duke. And I was kind of concerned tonight that maybe some things that we couldn't handle. But again, I thank God for those health professionals who provide us information and for the team for making sure that we're up to speed. All right. Thank you for your thoughtful questions and comments. Your engagement tonight help us build stronger, healthier churches, and we're just getting started. Now, guess what's coming up? April. As we look ahead to next month, here are key observances your health measures can begin planning for. It's National Stress Awareness Month and Autism Awareness Month. We're planning on something special around autism awareness. So keep in mind coming up on the first Tuesday in April. Download the full list of annual health observances at our website. We appreciate your feedback. Would you kindly complete our webinar survey? We paste the link in the chat so that you can help us. And the biggest room there is for the room for improvement. We appreciate the tireless work of our NBC USA Hope team. Yours truly, Michael O. Minor, Dr. Desi Levy, Sister Lottie Minor, Sister Nettie Johnson, Pastor Dexter Moraney, Sister Ella McKnight Hill, Dr. Felicia Washington, Minister Geraldine Moore, Sister Loretta Miller, Dr. Lavora Williams, Sister Bettina Campbell, Dr. Marion Talley, Sister Ophelia Carr, and our very awesome tech host, Brother Thomas Duke Robinson. We thank God for our 7 regional coordinators, Pastor Daniel Blackburn in Northeast, Pastor Bernard Montgomery, Southwest 1, Dr. Linda Copper, Southwest 2, and is pinching it in for the Southeast. Sister Teresa Fales Farr from the Midwest, Sister Farah Robinson in the West, and Pastor Will Mitchell, the new kid in the block in the Far West. And we will, Pastor Mitchell, we will have a heavy schedule on this call this time, but we plan on having Pastor Mitchell to come and share in our April call so you can know what's happening there in the Far West. Now, if you want to connect with your regional coordinator, you can email us at info@hopenbc.com. info@hopenbc.com. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Yes, without you, we'd just be hanging out on video. We invite you to stay connected with your NBC USA Hope Health Ministry. You can do it through our website and our social media platform. Our webpage, again, is hopenbc.com. We're on Facebook at National Baptist Convention USA Incorporated Hope Health Initiative. And if you haven't liked it, like it, and have other people to like it, because when you do, our information pops up on your social media, on your Facebook feed. And we're on YouTube at NBC USA Hope. For those joining us on Zoom, we'll open the mic shortly for additional session feedback. Now, we'll see you on Tuesday, April 7th. At 7:30 p.m. Central Time for our next TempleCare Matters webinar. Before we close, we recognize our president, Dr. Boise Kimba, who reminds us we are changing the course, not our conviction. The gospel still works. This has been a production of the National Baptist Convention, USA Incorporated, the nation's most collaborative religious denomination. May God continue to bless our bodies, mind, and spirits as we walk in wellness and wisdom together. God bless you and God keep you is our prayer.